Um, I researched the history of African American people in America. Sean, my essential question was who were fa- who were famous American leaders and how were we influenced by them? The first person is Frederick Douglass. He was born a slave and he was taught to read by his owner's wife. And one day he saw on TV a guy, an abolitionist speaking, and he got inspired by that and he wanted to do that himself. So he does that. He says a speech, and he is hired by a slave group or anti-slave group, and he also writes a book about like why like what he is thinking, and a lot of Englishmen were inspired by his book, and they freed him. And we were inspired by him because he taught he fought for the rights for both black and white people. So we're inspired by him because he taught us that it doesn't matter what race we are or anything, what gender, but we're all equal. Malcolm X, his father was killed and his mom went crazy, so he became an orphan and he went to a juvenile school home thing. And after he leaves that, he becomes a criminal because he doesn't know what to do. And he gets arrested and he's sentenced to 10 years. And while he's in jail, he reads a lot of books to educate himself. And while in jail, he converts to the Nation of Islam. And he becomes a leader of the Nation of Islam, an ambassador. And he gave many influential speeches and gives the black community confidence in themselves, and helps them think that they can actually do stuff in the world. And he inspired us because he influenced a lot of black and white people and people all over the world to become more equal. Dred Scott, he was born a slave and he wanted to be free, and so he wanted to do something about it, and he actually did. He sued his owner for freedom, but he had lost. So he taught us that we should fight for what we want instead of just getting pushed around. Rosa Parks, the blacks were discriminated and weren't allowed to sit, had to give up their seat on the bus for white people or sit in the back. And she had been sitting in the front, and a white person came to her and asked her for her seat, but she didn't move because she was tired of being discriminated. So after that she was arrested. So she taught us that even with Dred Scott too, you should fight for yourself and you shouldn't let everyone push you around. Harriet Tubman, she was born a slave too, and she escaped slavery, and she escaped, but after she escaped she went back and freed hundreds of more slaves. They escaped slavery in the Underground Railroad, and like that's like a bunch of like safe houses that they stay like that they can stay in that they can stay in while getting away and like helps them survive. This influences us because this teaches us to care for others and like not be selfish, and that if you should help people who need help. Thank you.